Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my Victober 2022 TBR. So I will have two TBRs. This is my first one, which will be fairly short for the Victorian reads I want to do in the month of October. So this is, Victober is put on by Katie at Books and Things, Kate Howe, Marissa at Blatantly Bookish, Petra and Roz at Scattering about the books. So I'll have at least, if not all their announcement videos below, I'll have at least Katie's, because she's the one I've been following the most on this. But her and Kate Howe have been the primary ones for years, and they have some new hosts this year, which is really awesome. So I'm not going to be following all the prompts, but I'm following some of them. Victober is always just a fun time. Again, this I think is my 6th time participating. The first year I was not on BookTube nor knew about it. So I've been just participating every year since then. And I have collected a lot of Victorian literature that I would like to get to, but I have come to realize this year that I have to be very selective in my, on what I'm doing for certain readathons like this one. So like I have picked out 5 novels and I think and a couple like shorter things for some of the prompts, but I think that's about as much as I'm going to get to, and I don't expect to finish all of them. I just hope to get through a lot of them. So these are what I'm hoping to get to. I don't think I'll get beyond that, so I don't have any other possibilities. These are the ones I'm hoping to get to. So my main priority is The Professor by Charlotte Bronte. This is the reason for this one is because it's my last Bronte novel. I have read everything else. I want to finish this so that I can start reading nonfiction on the Brontes. I think I have, is it Juliet Barker? I have one really big Bronte novel, big book to read on them. I'm not sure I'm going to read it for Nonfiction November. It might be next year's project because it's going to take me a long time to get through that. But I want to read more and learn more about them. It's because I have a love and hate and hit and miss kind of relationship with a lot of the Bronte books all together, all 3 sisters. So, but The Professor is the last one that I need to read. This is following a man who is an English teacher in Brussels at an all-girls school. And I think it's what happens there when he's there. So that's about all I know. I know Vallette's supposed to be kind of similar, which I did not super get along with. But we're going to give this I just want to be able to say I've finished everything. So we'll do that. And I do have this little black classic of Emily Bronte's, some of her poetry. This is probably my only entry for the poetry prompt, just because I am not big on poetry and it pretty much goes over my head. It's just not my forte. So, but I do have this, and I don't think I've read this. And if I have read this before, then that's great. But I'll read it again probably, just so I have everything that I own of the Brontes that's fiction I've finished. So those are kind of the more higher priority. The next one I want to get to is Mary Barton by Elizabeth Gaskell. I've been meaning to read Elizabeth Gaskell's whole catalog, and I just haven't. I've read North and South, and I've read Cranford. And I've read part of the Gothic Tales, which I can't find my book right now. But I will listen to that if I run out of stuff to do, because that has short stories and shorter works. So that'll go for that prompt if I get time. But that's lower on my priority. Mary Barton is one that I have been wanting to get to. I started it 3 years ago and got about 65 pages in, and it just, at the time I had started too many books, and this was one of the casualties, which is something I do sometimes. So I'm going to restart. I do have an audiobook for this too, so it's going to be physical or audio, or maybe a combo. Maybe I'll do an immersion read. I don't know. Everybody's been talking about those, and I don't do too many of those, but we'll see what happens. But this is Elizabeth Gaskell's first novel, and it's more industrial, and I think we're following a family, you know, dealing with things going on in their town with work and relationships with people. So anyway, as I said, I really would like to get back to this. The audiobook I have is, I guess, by Juliet Stevenson, so I might listen to that. So we'll see what happens. But I really want to get more into Elizabeth Gaskell. I have so many books. I want to read Wives and Daughters, but I've told myself I have to read everything before that. So I need to do that because I want to get through those. And then the last 3, or the last ones these are all hopefuls. I would like to reread The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells. I meant to read this was it last year when I read The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter? Again, it kind of relates to that fun. Oh, as my cat knocks my tripod. Sorry. It relates to by Theodora Goss that had a connection to this novel, and I had bought a new copy to read because I read it when I was in high school, I believe. So I want to reread this. It's been so long that I don't remember much about it. So sorry, Cooper, you're a dork. Anyway, so I'm hoping to read that. And then I want to continue the Barsetshire series with Framling Parsonage by Anthony Trollope. So Anthony Trollope and I don't love him that much. I don't know why people do. It's hard for me. I don't know why. It's very slice of life, or down, like there are people in certain towns and things, and they're all coming together and doing things. I don't even know what this one's about. But we're following another clergyman who, I guess he's getting in over his head. I don't know. It's really big. I know they get bigger and bigger. But I want to get through this series. I've read the first 3, starting with The Warden, Barchester Towers, and Dr. Thorne. I liked them all in various degrees of how much I liked them. It's not a love. Anyway, Dr. Thorne was really hard for me. And I know that's some people's favorite, but I had a lot of trouble with that one. The other first 2 I pretty much enjoyed. So anyway, so I'm going to try this one, see how it goes. I would really like to make progress in this series so that someday I'll finish that 6-book series. And then I am going to try to join in with Katie at Books and Things, her mega Dickens along. So she is starting in October and November to read the Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens. So I did attempt to read this, I think 2 years ago. And I only made it 17 pages before I gave up. So I did get an audiobook for this recently on a sale. So I thought, hey, maybe I'll try this again. So I do want to read some of the older Dickens stuff. I am in the middle of Oliver Twist since last year. And again, that's the December book. So I'm hoping that I can get through the Pickwick Papers between October and November, and then finish Oliver Twist in December, and then continue on. We'll see if I can continue and read that much Dickens. I don't know. I haven't read, as I said, I've only read like 4 Dickens, and I would like to read all the rest of them. So we'll see how this goes. But Pickwick Papers is the first one. All I know is it's kind of it's kind of weird with people going around and then getting into trouble that have to do with this club and Pickwick. I don't know. So we'll see. I'm going to try that. So these are, as I said, I don't think again, that's still quite a bit Victorian literature, I think, for during a month. As I said, Pickwick Papers might go into the next month because I have both October and November to read that one. The Professor is definitely going to get done. I don't think there's any way that's not. The other ones I'm hopeful that I'll want to read them. Mary Barton first, and then hopefully the other 2. We'll see. Framling Parsonage is probably the one that's the most likely to drop off, only because I'm not excited about it as the rest, but I really want to finish this series. So, because it's book 4. So we will see. So, anyway, that's what I'm reading. What are you guys reading for Victober? Are any of these ones you think I absolutely need to pick up? Let me know. And let me know what you're reading. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.